Moving on, child. Moving on. So Roland Martin is on Angela Yee. All right. So we want to go ahead. I guess we're getting 2 birds, 1 stone. Okay. So this was 4 hours ago. All right. Let's hear it.
Way up.
Hey, Roland, how are you?
All good. Trying to get my voice back.
Listen, I know you have a lot to talk about. I'm here and B-Dot's here with me, and I appreciate you so much for letting us check in with you today, because one thing that's happening is a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of misinformation. And, you know, to me, you're like my go-to person as they, you know, pulled Morning Joe this morning on MSNBC. So some information's not there, which I don't know how often that's ever happened before. But this is
great.
Oh, we're going to talk about Morning Joe in a second. So Angela Yee gets all her information from Morning Joe. All right. Just don't forget that.
Easy.
This is all following the assassination attempt on Trump. Now, let's first talk about, what happened, just from all of us watching. Some people were saying that he did not have a bullet graze his ears. Some people are saying that it was a teleprompter. Then they're slowing down footage. There's a lot that happened. So I just want to hear from you, when you look at what's been going on, what happened that day?
Well, first and foremost, what the FBI has released is that there's a 20-year-old shooter. Mm-hmm. They've named him. They have not found a motive. He is a registered Republican. And his classmates say he's conservative. That's all they know.
Right.
They've been scouring his social media. They have not discovered anything. They've now taken his phone, sent it back to Quantico, Virginia, to test, but they literally don't have any further information. So for anybody on the right to say the left did this is a lie. Mm-hmm. This guy is a Second Amendment gun lover. Again, registered Republican. That's all that we know. Now,
does anyone here that is or is not a Republican? Okay, anybody here that is, no, I'm not going to ask you that. I'm going to just ask you, does anyone here appreciate guns? I'll say it that way. Anybody, Bueller? I'm raising my hand. Anybody appreciate guns? I'm just saying, like, what we're not going to do is just act like it's only Republicans who like guns. You know, everyone can be responsible. All right. I'm all for it. Long as you're responsible. This dude Crooks fits the description. Okay. It's usually some goofy ass looking white boy. Sorry, white people. Let's act like we know what's going on. That does this type of thing. And he's always a loner, always gets picked on, and then does something radical like this. Not always, but enough of the time. That's the stereotype, right? So Roland saying he's a gun lover, I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. But I don't know that that's really the point of what really happened here. No one's really been talking about, like, guns and the Second Amendment or anything like that. So now Roland wants to bring it up with this horrible voice, child. You should have had some tea before you came on here. Shout out to RBN Through the Fire podcast. He said, YouTube won't let me super chat the messages I put in the chat. And yet there's a super chat. Let me stop. I'm just playing. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. What did you say? RBN said they need to figure out how to manage his son downers. We should do a combined day stream. We can do a stream together anytime. Oh, you're talking about Joe. Okay. Now that we moved on to this is, I'm late. Thank you so much. I agree. Let's do something together for sure. You can see the teleprompter. You know what? We should talk about Big Tiff together or politics or something like that. No relationships, child. They're none. Not for me. Unless you want to do a Pop the Balloon versus Kendra G. Now that I love, child. I love me some Pop the Balloon with Arlette. That's my girl. Did I hit the right thing? I think I hit the wrong thing. Shout out to Dr. G, but that's not what I wanted to hit. All right. Sorry, y'all. Let me get myself together. Shout out to Mama D late, Mama Gemini late. Everybody throw tomatoes at Mama Gemini. Try and slide on in here like we wasn't going to say nothing to her. This be the one that be sending me the mad emojis when I'm 2 seconds late and whatnot. Tomatoes to Mama Gemini, everyone, please and thank you while we finish listening to Roland in his raspy voice.
People have been saying, and I agree with them, where's Trump's medical team to talk about what happened? We don't know, because he says a bullet grazed him. Well, we don't actually know that. Now, the sourcing about the teleprompter and it was glass, that was coming from sources. So the secret.
That is a good point. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. That is a good point. We didn't hear from the medical team how he is, what happened. Now maybe he's saving it for the RNC tonight. I don't know. If y'all heard something, let me know because I haven't heard anything. But you remember when he had C19 and he almost died, if y'all recall, and he went to whatever the hospital is for like military people, and they gave him whatever the hell they gave him, and then they came out and said what was what. We ain't heard nothing there, nothing from nobody there, nothing. That is a little weird, in my opinion. That's a little weird. Mama Gemini gonna say she got a daggone phone call. That's what they all say. And of course, Dr. G gonna always try to call me out. He ain't ish. Shout out to RBN. Thank you, honey. He said election day stream. Uh-oh. Yeah, because I should be off of work. We should do that. We'll be here all night. Let's plan to do that. OMG, that would be epic. That's what we gonna do. Everybody get yourselves ready for all that. All right. Shout out to EJ for another 5. Appreciate you. He said he was a registered Republican but donated to Dems. Who, Roland? Who? Shout out to Fit Granny. Walter Reed, thank you so much, hon. Always good to see you. EJ, he was a registered Republican but donated to Dems. Oh, the Crooks. Yes, he was. Yes, he did. One time, he donated to the Democrats one time, for sure. My bad.
The service or the FBI has not actually confirmed that either. So we still don't know exactly the condition of Trump's ear, if a portion was shot off. We don't know any of that.
Okay. Now, what do you think about the Secret Service? Because I see people are talking about criticism for them after this security breach during this rally, that this should never have happened. How did a gunman manage to even get on the roof?
He carried it.
Well, what people have to understand, and I've been to numerous presidential events, the Secret Service has authority over any area, but they also rely on local and state police to serve various functions.
Roland over here giving the Secret Service a pass.
Now, I was very surprised that you did not have any law enforcement on top of that building, because that building had a straight line
of sight
to the rally.
Exactly.
I remember when there was an economic summit, there was an event at Rice University, and they literally nailed down every dormitory window overlooking the plaza where the world leaders are going to be. In fact, when I was at Texas A&M, President George H.W. Bush was giving a commencement address. I worked for the athletic department. They shut down Kyle Field because there was a spot in Kyle Field that was a direct line to the spot where Bush would be standing in G. Raleigh White Coliseum, which was next door. So the Secret Service is extremely detailed in their way. So clearly there was a significant failure of law enforcement by not having their roof protected.
Is the level of security the same for a former president versus an active president?
No. Now, the Secret Service did announce that they added to the security apparatus because he's also the presidential candidate. But the highest level of Secret Service is for the president. The vice president's detail is not as high as the president. And again, I've been in both motorcades. I've been around both. I've been in the presence of presidents and vice presidents. So the presidential detail has the highest level of security of anybody.
All right. Now, following this, what do you think about, for the Democrats, a lot of prominent Democrats have spoken. Joe Biden has spoken. And I feel like when something happens on the other side, Donald Trump gets very aggressive. The Republicans in particular attack a lot of people. Nancy Pelosi's husband, when he was attacked, Donald Trump had jokes. And Joe Biden, is calling for everybody to just take a step back. Politics shouldn't be like this. They're glad that he's okay and things like that. What should be happening now as far as with our president, who's our leader, Joe Biden, at this point in time? Because there's a lot of things that are unraveling, too, as we're watching this happen.
Well, on Saturday, the Biden campaign announced that they were pulling their commercials.
Mm-hmm.
They announced yesterday.
Child, I promise you, Donald Trump wouldn't have done that. But, you know, they're so nice. Democrats are so nice. I'm telling you, they wouldn't have.
And they were bringing them back tonight. So that's a natural pause.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he's the president of the United States.
Right.
So he is president of everybody. So his posture has to be different.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. The way Trump and Republicans made fun of the beating and the almost murder of Pelosi's husband was shameful. It goes to show you. They also joked about the kidnapping attempt of the governor of
Gretchen Whitmer,
the governor of Michigan. So it goes to show you character. This is what I say to people. What happened Saturday should not have happened. No one wanted to see Donald Trump murdered. Donald Trump survived the attempt. A bystander was killed, and 2 people were injured. But politically, the same Donald Trump before Saturday is the one today. Donald Trump.
Oh, well, I mean, hopefully people know that. Ain't nobody changed around here. I mean, y'all can think what you want, but this is what I think. Ain't nobody changed around here. Everybody getting back to business. Back to business. The only person that's going to be upset at this point is that director lady of the Social Security, child. The Secret Service. She going to be on the hell on up out of here. It's going to be some openings in the Secret Service, y'all. It's going to be some openings to get your resumes together.
It's still a threat to democracy. You see the ruling from Judge Cannon?
Yes.
Throwing out the case. Trump's Truth Social post. He defames E.G. Carroll again. He calls out the prosecution of January 6th domestic terrorist. So his so-called call for unity didn't even last one day.
Yeah, and to be clear, you're right about that. So today, the judge dismissed the criminal case against him for holding on to classified documents after leaving office, which is illegal.
It should get overturned on appeal.
And then the other thing that happened is that he has immunity from prosecution for many of his actions in office. And that was a couple of weeks ago, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that.
Right. So the election is still close.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump can still be defeated at the ballot box. And
yeah, you know what? Before he goes on, these numbers have not changed through all this. Everybody's still the same. And I know Joe said to calm down. I think I heard that Don said to calm down, and everybody's more ratcheted up than they were before, from what I see, child. Everybody crazy on both sides. Listen, ain't one better than the other. They all crazy, and they all out here yippity yapping.
I'm not one of these people who believe, this guarantees his election. It does not. His agenda.
What is it that's in these classified documents? That's what I want to know. Like, I mean, obviously I wouldn't know, but like, is it the best recipe that they had over there at the White House? Like, is it people's social security numbers? Like, what are you keeping? Unless, what is it, like things that they signed and put into place, into law, and they want to keep it for themselves? You know what I mean? Like, what do y'all think are in these classified documents that everybody keeps taking? I'm confused. What the hell would I want from there? Child, give me a picture of somebody up on the wall. Shout out to Do the Right Thing. I want a picture up on the wall, you know? Like what? Thanos is right, a picture of Oprah's feet. Y'all crazy. Shout out to the chat. Hit the like button, please, child. Y'all crazy.
It's still a threat to civil rights. It is still a threat to women's rights. And so folks can better understand the power still rests in their hands to make sure he never walks to the Oval Office again.
All right. Well, listen, I'm glad I know your voice is struggling right now. Go ahead, B-Dot.
I'm saying his voice is.
I know. And so, because look, I need you to, when your voice gets better, we got to have some more conversations, because I definitely want to make sure we talk about Project 2025. You know, I think that's important to hear from you about that. I know you've been addressing this, and I want to make sure we just keep on talking. You know, the Republican National Convention is in Milwaukee. There's protests happening there right now. So we're following all of this. And please, like, you know, Roland, I always defer to you when it comes to this, but to get the real information and the facts.
There you go. Y'all want the real information? Go to Roland. Or Angela Yee, mind you. All right. Y'all got choices up in here. Okay. So, where's the, hold on. Let's see what they're doing over here at the RNC. It looks like nothing.
We do not care.